Hello, ho, ho there, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of WhatCulture Wrestling News. Your top stories today: Alexa Bliss returns to WWE Raw, and we learn about the fate of the Fiend. WWE is advertising 20 stars for a Raw Legends Night. There are a load of Hall of Famers and celebrities announced for the Slammy Awards. There's another title match coming to the Christmas Day episode of SmackDown, and former WCW star Kevin Green has passed away. But we are back for another exciting episode of WhatCulture Wrestling News. It's the news, it's the lads, it's News Lads. Myself and Adam Nicholas, we are filling in for Adam Wilborn and Andy Murray because they are beloved. They have cherished memories to form this Christmas, and we are cold and alone, so we are doing news. Anyway, we get started straight away with the exciting conclusion to what happened between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton on last night's Monday Night Raw, and we're actually starting with that rarest of things, the proverbial rocking horse dung. A fair play to WWE, because you may recall yesterday on the news we speculated about whether or not they would bring Bray Wyatt back less than 24 hours after he was immolated on live television. He posted a picture of him being in a cocoon. We thought, he's going to come out, it's going to be I have been reborn, the evil has been burned away, and in its place is different other evil, please buy my t-shirt. But no, Randy Orton was actually joined by Alexa Bliss, making her return to Monday Night Raw. Now, as Michael Sidgwick has already pointed out on the internet, they haven't precisely really considered the implications of this, because Alexa Bliss is now on a swing. She is now dressed even more childlike. She's supposed to be a creepy child from a horror film, and yet she's, with Fiend, so kind of, you don't really want to address that verbally with words, but the implication is certainly there. Anyway, she taunted Randy Orton, said that Bray was gone, Bray is burned, Bray is dead, but when he comes back, he'll be unlike anything you've ever seen before, which coincidentally is very much like everything we've ever heard before every time a wrestler goes away. But at this stage, I'm pleased to report, Randy Orton did not RKO another woman. Adam Nicholas, your thoughts?
I mean, that would have been the big highlight here, I guess, if he had indeed decided to RKO what's being presented as a young girl in a play yard. I mean, take with it what you want. Listen, Adam Cleary, the big takeaway here is that the Fiend didn't just turn up again, because I was almost positive that that's what was going to happen at one point, when all the, the usual Fiend stuff, all that weird sound effects that he has. I just thought he was going to turn up, but apparently not. It was Alexa Bliss indeed. And not the worst, not the best, obviously.
I thought it was good.
But yeah, it wasn't bad, which I think is quite a win for WWE at this time.
I'm actually personally looking forward to Randy Orton having to work a match with Alexa Bliss, and us saying it's bad, and all the comments being like, if Kenny Omega did this, you'd say it was amazing, and us pointing out that Kenny Omega did wrestle a 7-year-old girl, and it was amazing.
That's what you call solid talent. And not to say that they won't do something good yet. I think Alexa Bliss is going to try her heart out, my friend, because she's good, and if anybody can kind of make the chicken salad out of chicken, then I think she might be the one. That's me just giving myself my own bleeps. Shall we move on, though, and talk about people who've done it for years? Adam Cleary had to take WWE's rubbish and try and turn it into something good. See what I've done there? Because they are, of course, advertising, well, first of all, what happens whenever the ratings are in the toilet? Bring back the legends, and they will get the
I thought you were going to say partial nudity.
Well, Alexa Bliss in the coffee cup, that's a whole other thing. But Raw Legends Night has been announced by WWE. It will be coming in 2 weeks, or 2 weeks yesterday it was. And they have announced 20 plus Raw Legends for the night. Adam Cleary, I'm just going to run through this list real quick, and you can define legend however you see fit.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's play a game of Good Guy Wank.
How dare you? I'm in the middle of doing the news. How dare you? Anyway, the list is as follows. Here you go. Your legends.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox.
Good guy.
Beth Phoenix.
Good guy.
Big Show.
Good guy.
Boogeyman.
Good guy.
Booker T.
Good guy.
Candice Michelle.
Good guy.
Carlito.
Good guy.
Hillbilly Jim.
Good guy.
Hulk Hogan.
Wank.
IRS.
Good guy.
Ivory.
Good guy.
Jacqueline.
Good guy.
Jeff Jarrett.
Wank.
Don't let Michael Hample here. Jimmy Hart.
Good guy.
Kurt Angle.
Good guy.
Mark Henry.
Good guy.
Melina.
Good guy.
Michael
Still loves me. Actually, no, Melina's a wank. She's still got my hoodie.
Michael P.S. Hayes.
Good guy.
Mickey James.
Good guy.
Ric Flair. Woo!
Good wank.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Wank.
Tatanka.
Good guy.
And Tori Wilson.
Oh, good guy. Good guy,
There
Tori
you go.
Wilson.
Good guy,
That's
good
actually,
guy.
That's, you know what?
Yeah.
When I hear the phrase WWE's doing a Legends Night, I expect way worse than that. Way worse. That's actually really good. Genuine star power there.
Decent people in there, and I am curious to see how IRS is going to be eaten by or burned alive by Randy Orton or The Fiend. Who knows? Anyway, that's your list, and they will all be turning up in 2 weeks' time yesterday, if that's your thing. Well, you're in luck. Raw Legends Night, coming to a TV ratings near you soon.
Well, something that's coming even sooner than that, and not just your dad when he hears Tori Wilson's going to be on the show, is the Slammy Awards. Because WWE, every couple of years, do really try to make this a thing, don't they? Like, there's a cycle. They have awards presentations for the Slammies. They make a big deal out of the Slammies. They physically give people the Slammies. Then they forget, and they sort of just make it an online poll, and then they try and bring it back. Well, anyway, it's back now. It's this Wednesday. All right, I'll get the exact time and date for you. 10 a.m. Eastern. That'll mean something to a proportion of you. Not me. Anyway, 10 a.m. Eastern this Wednesday, the Slammy Awards are back. And Adam Nicholas, I'm going to read to you the list of illustrious Hall of Famers and celebrities who will be handing out physical Slammy Awards. Just like as if it were the Oscars of wrestling. Are you ready for this?
Deal. I'm ready. Come on.
All right, okay. Now, I will say there is definitely an established... how do I put this? Well, it goes in one direction, let's say, okay? Number one, Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
He's just sexy. Ric Flair.
Sexy boy. Woo!
Yeah. Snooki.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's worked WrestleMania. It's a lot better than even some wrestlers could say.
I didn't say no.
Method Man.
Yes. Method Man.
Mick Foley.
Bang bang.
Derek Baker. Good guy, Derek Baker.
Good guy.
Raini and Rico Rodriguez.
My favourites.
Yep. Ken Young.
Yes. All right.
You know him. He does Wilburn's favourite gif, which
he does. He does.
I can't drop a minute by saying what that is. Clark Duke.
Oh yeah, is that the guy with the mustache and the yeah?
Well, when I first saw his picture, I thought it was the singer from Korn. Well, yeah, Clark Duke apparently. Demi Burnett.
I don't know who Demi Burnett is, but
I don't know who Demi
she's a
Burnett
lovely
is.
woman.
I will say it, right? How much further down this list were me and you?
I mean, I think we were about a couple of phone calls away. Let's be honest.
Genuinely, I have more Twitter followers than some people who are presenting Slammy Award this year, and that's not me saying I've got a lot of Twitter followers. I do not have a lot of Twitter followers. This is today. It's good. I don't know how pumped you are for the Slammy Awards. You know, the best tag team, the best comeback, the best one-liner, the best Elias segment, the things they usually have every single year. Are you excited?
I would be, but unfortunately, I think I have put all of my energies into the Sammy Awards that happened the other day.
No,
and I mean, that was an illustrious award ceremony until Big E, dastardly Big E, spoiled it for everyone. But you know, it's going to be hard to get hyped for another award ceremony with that happening just so quickly. Usually, I'd be all over the Slammies, mate, all over it.
Especially one with such a similar name as well. I am completely burnt out by the Poscas every single year. Like I've got nothing left to give by then.
You've used all your energy, and that's okay. You know, you've only got so much allotted at a time when I think we all need a bit of energy. But I might have something that'll give you some energy if indeed, if you are into the Women's Tag Team Championships. Well, I certainly am.
Big time, actually. I'm big time.
And of course, we have the brand new tag team of Charlotte and Asuka, who were crowned champs at TLC. They will be making their first defense. It has been announced of those belts on WWE SmackDown this Friday, aka Christmas Day. Adam Cleary, the Christmas Day edition of SmackDown. Charlotte and Asuka to have a match against opponents to be announced soon, probably via Twitter. I don't know.
WWE do this. They announce a big match without announcing it.
Yes,
like that's not. They've not announced that match. They've announced that there will be a match.
Because they get two announcements now. You see, here's one half of your match. The other is coming soon when we've figured it out. But also, just to add to that, they will be defending their belts on a night where two more titles will also be defended. Big E is facing Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, and of course, Roman Reigns is going up against Kevin Owens, and Owens gets another stab at the Universal Championship, and I believe a cage match as well, so that should be quite a hell of a match. Adam Cleary, exciting times for the Christmas Day episode. Will you be watching? Tell me the truth.
Not on Christmas Day.
Good answer. Good answer.
Not only is it a holiday out from work, not only is it a bank holiday, not only is it the one day of the year it might not actually feel like 2020, I will not be doing anything even remotely work-related. I'll be falling asleep in front of the TV well before that episode has come on. And maybe I'll pick it up on Boxing Day, maybe the 27th. God knows, I've actually got a proper Christmas holiday this year. I'll just get caught up when I get caught up.
Good. I love the answer.
That's all I'm going to do. A bit of sad news for us now. WCW star Kevin Green has passed away at the age of only 58. Now, WWE have released a big statement, which I'm going to read for you. Now, you, of course, may remember him for teaming with Scott Mongo Michael in 1996. There was always the stuff with NWO as well. But anyway, here is WWE's statement, as it is a far more touching tribute than I would have been able to put together. Near the end of a career as one of NFL's most feared pass rushers, Green entered the squared circle for WCW. Upon his arrival, he teamed with fellow NFL player Steve McMichael and would go on to share the ring with some of the biggest names in sports entertainment. The Pro Football Hall of Famer teamed with Roddy Piper and Ric Flair against Kevin Nash, Scott Hall and Six in a victory at Slamboree in May 1997. In his last run with WCW, Green teamed with Goldberg against NWO Black and White. WWE, and of course everybody here at WhatCulture does extend their condolences to his family and friends. Not a nice one to end the day on, and I know it's not somebody who will immediately spring to mind as a major part of WCW, but nonetheless a transitional star who made it in both American football and pro wrestling, and somebody who from all accounts that are streaming in on social media today was a thoroughly lovely man.
Absolutely, and of course, as always, thoughts and prayers going across to Green and his family from everybody at WhatCulture, because, I mean, it's never great timing, is it, for something like this to happen, but now in particular feels like another thing that we've got to add to a very, very long list, sadly. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to something else, shall we? Let's go on to the Twitter questions for today, because
I'm sorry, before we start, I just got to say I'm so excited for this, and finally. I've never done one before, and I'm so pumped for this.
That's it. We gave Adam Cleary the power of the and finally today, and he's promised me it's going to be good, so I will hold off on that for now. But first Twitter question today comes from Gutierrez from Costa Rica. Thank you very much for your question, Gutierrez. I remember Brazil. You as well. He always brings us a good question or two. He says, the lads Adam Cleary and Adam Nicholas are doing the news this morning, and a good afternoon. It must have been his Christmas come early. He says,
News lads,
how about this for a push? He says, Big E wins this Friday, successfully defends at the Royal Rumble, and also wins the Royal Rumble match as well.
Yeah.
How do you like them apples?
That would be a push. There's no denying it. If that happens, Big E is getting a push.
I would really enjoy that push, Gutierrez. All in sincerity aside, I think that would be great. I want to see the trigger pulled on Big E, because I think there's a star there waiting to be made, and he has all the assets for me.
My only worry about Big E is we've all said he's been a safe pick for so many years, hasn't he? Because he was always so safely in the New Day. You could go, oh, well, if they should make anybody a breakout star, it should be Big E. And now it's like, well, we've said it for years, and if they gave him a push like that, for example, that would be just so good. And yet, if he kind of underwhelms and all of it, they're like, well, we all know nothing about professional wrestling.
Yeah, and I would say as well, I'm kind of keen for the Big E push to happen, because once that push happens, it means then finally, Adam Cleary, the real push can happen for the most underrated member of the New Day ever, and probably the best, Xavier Woods, who actually is crazy talented. Anyway, let's move on to our next Twitter question from Julian Crow, who says, does it bother you at all the way Bayley lost the SmackDown title to Sasha and then just kind of entirely stopped caring? It felt like she should have been angrier about it for longer. And speaking of New Day members, there's a bit of a symmetry, I guess, a little bit with Kofi, although at least Bayley actually came out the night after losing it and made a bit of a song and dance. Mr. Cleary, your thoughts though, however?
No. When you first asked me this question, just a mere second ago, my initial thought was, no, it didn't bother me at all. But I think the reason for that is because the Bayley-Sasha thing had gone on for so long and felt so richly paid off. I was very happy to see them separated. Obviously, Bayley being the heel, you kind of just, when a cat falls off something and it immediately just styles it out, walks away, pretends it wasn't even trying to jump off something. Yeah. I can kind of get that with Bayley, it's alright, I didn't care anyway. I don't mind if I lose to Sasha, who cares? I've actually got bigger things to do than worry about here. So if it had been any other feud, perhaps yes, I'd be like, sorry, does she not want a piece of that? Should we not be doing more with this? But they've done so much with this as a feud already. Yeah, I'm kind of happy just to let them go their separate ways if they're ever going to bring them back later down the line. So, no, it doesn't, but I can see why under normal circumstances that would appear to be bad booking.
Yes, a fair answer. I would probably agree with that as well, to be honest, because they've been together so much. It'd be nice to see them actually separated, and we've obviously had Sasha Banks having a great feud with Carmella already, which paid off in a great match at TLC, and there may be more to come, so I'm all for it for now. Anyway, final question for today comes from Barton Keys. Thank you for your question, Barton, who says, first of all, a genuine thank you to the legends, of course, for being here when all of the other part-timers have bottled it for Christmas.
Sorry, the who?
Sorry, News Lads! There you go. Sorry, oh master.
It's dreadful giving that in it. I'm really sorry I've inflicted it on you for 2 days.
I look forward to all the hashtags we're going to get with that one. But
hashtag News Lads!
The News Lads! The question that comes from Barton Keys, however, is, do you think Tribal Chief Roman Reigns would have ever happened if it weren't for the madness of 2020?
No, but not for the reason you think. It's not It's not because all this was going on and they had to pull some kind of amazing storyline together. It wouldn't have happened though because you needed Roman Reigns to take that long of a break to get him out of the spotlight to fully reinvent him when you bring him back. And obviously that departure wouldn't have happened had it not been for his concerns about having just recovered from leukemia and going to work in a place that, let's be legally sound here, was not taking every possible precaution, merely some possible precaution. So you needed him away for that long in order to bring him back to this level. So no, unless he got majorly injured, I don't think you could have done this storyline without everything that happened this year. But so, I don't want to try. We're trying to find positives to pull out this absolute skip fire of a year.
Sure.
That may be one of them. It may be the only one though.
I think it's definitely one of them. A big one for me, this. Do I think it would have happened if it went for the madness of 2020? I think it might have eventually, but it would have taken way longer. We would have been 2023 before they finally gave up on pushing Roman as a face, and all the fans had left. Funnily enough, not because of a global pandemic, but just because they were bored. Anyway, shall we move on to your finally?
Yeah, you're finally, right?
I'll be honest. I've been promised greatness here from...
It's greatness. It's going to be a bit niche. It's going to be a bit niche. It's going to be a bit niche. It's going to appeal to me and appeal to you and appeal to a small section of the audience. But I understand a lot of the audience might be like, I don't get this. Or they'll get the punchline. They might not get it all. Anyway, right, you ready?
I'm a little bit nervous now. Go on.
Soccer manager Mikel Arteta, I don't know if you've seen this, soccer manager Mikel Arteta, he's been under the cosh a little bit managing Arsenal. They're 14th or 15th in the league. It's their worst start in something like 100 years or some other made up statistic, right? Yeah. And he comes out and he does a press conference at the weekend and he says, last year we won against Everton with a 25% chance of winning. You win 3-2. Last weekend it was a 67% chance of winning. Any Premier League game in history and a 9% chance of losing, and you lose. 3% against Burnley and you lose. 7% against Spurs and you lose. And this morning, Impact Wrestling have quote tweeted this with, and the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
You know what is the worst part about this is Adam Wilborn, self-professed lover of Scott Steiner, isn't here to enjoy how big of a pop that would have given him, because my eyes could not believe I was seeing Impact Wrestling were quote tweeting
ESPN. I've already seen it! No!
And it was like, listen, when it's that good, it comes to the top of the timeline, my friend. It's there. It finds a way.
I'm really disappointed they didn't quote it with the numbers don't lie and they spell disaster for you away at Burnley.
Very good stuff, though. You love to see a good crossover. It's all about
anyway, yes,
mate.
that's all the news for this morning. I hesitate to say today because you never know in this industry, do you? Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you made of it all in the comments below. Adam Nicholas on Twitter. Where?
It's Adam Nicholas. Adam Cleary on Twitter. Where?
At Adam Cleary, CLERY, the entire WhatCulture Wrestling Familia at WhatCulture WWE. Hashtag News Lads. It means we'll probably see your patter easier. That's how you get it over. You incentivize them. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This has been your news. We have been your News Lads, and we will see you soon. Mwah.
Goodbye.